Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my friend, all my friends, welcome to another fire episode of Big Sam Voice. You guys know the vibe already. Real talk, pure entertainment, and just a little bit of what? Bars, balls. Nothing too much. I'm a soft boy. I don't get power, make I fight. You guys know the vibe already. On today's episode, today is special. Just me, no guests, no distraction. Just Big Sam, his mic, and of course, the people in the studio right now, amazing people by the way. Welcome to Big Sam Voice, and on this segment or episode, we'll not be having this question of the week segment because it's just me. I don't want to have that flex all on my own or by myself. I need people with me or else in case I fall rather. Because the question of the week segment is one segment that you all always look forward to. I as Big Sam always look forward to Big Sam Voice as well. On this episode, we're talking about something quite personal to me, and that is why I am on this mic all by myself. And you all will be interested in this topic because I wake up every day to questions like, Sammy, how did you get on the show? Sammy, update me. Give me which update do you want? On this episode, I have an update that you would want to listen to, and the topic for this episode is my big brother audition journey. Yes, I want to tell you guys how I got on the show, step by step, from the very beginning. The regular Zaria boy gist, from something to something. If you know the P back then, the actual phrase then was from nothing to something, then from something to something, because I kept saying from nothing to something, and that is a lie. I came from a mother, a father, a family. You guys get what I'm saying? The gist started from where? Zaria. Let me drop my cup down, guys. The gist started from where? Zaria, and lockdown 2021. It was lockdown. Never close to my dad. Not so close to my mom. The only son. 3 siblings, all girls. Not so close to my immediate junior sister. I'm always in my room. She's always by herself as well. And 2 other siblings. Also ladies as well. So I was a lonely person in my own father's house. And still not close to the only man in the house. I got tired of the lockdown, just like you did as well. I got bored of the lockdown, just the way you did as well, and didn't know what to do about it. I had to start thinking about what to do next. I needed to be creative with what to do in that circumstance. And then I met a friend who had an iPhone 8 Plus. His name is Brico. Shout out to you, Brico. I told him, yo, broski, how far now? Are you not bored of this holiday? It's been over 4 months. Let's do something. How about I come up with a story and let's shoot with your phone, because I don't know. I can actually go out of the way to talk to people, come on the show, come on, join me on this episode or whatever the case may be at that time, and let's shoot something because it was lockdown and we were all bored. He said, no problem, Sammy, come up with something and we'll work. In less than 24 hours, guys, I wrote 4 episodes of Area Matter. The stories were focused on the activities, both positive and negative, that was going down in my area. To the girls that were getting pregnant, teenagers rather, by the way, that were getting pregnant, to the guys that were messing around on the street of Silver Jubilee. That's the estate back in Zaria. We started shooting and it was just a regular thing. But I sort of found purpose in that because prior to that, I was just a student of Ahmadu Bello University. Nothing to explore, nothing interesting, the same routine for the past 20-something years. I wake up in the morning, shower, off to school. I'm back by 4, 5, or 6. Sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10. It depends on what the vibe is for me. I go out, go to school, wake up in the morning rather, go to school, come back 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, blah, blah. The same routine until lockdown. And now it's time for me to give myself some sort of, I needed peace because every day came with drama and drama. I was always having an argument with my dad. He was not going to the office. He was at home. If I lie down for 10 minutes, I am the most laziest person in the world. I am so useless. 10 minutes on the couch, and it's a problem because I needed to be working, either cutting grass, fetching water, to show that I am that proud son. That son that they should look forward to because he's up and doing. I started shooting Area Matter, and one fateful day, I was scrolling through my Techno Pavo 3 and I bumped into the Big Brother audition flyer. The whole advert, go apply, blah, blah, do this do a 3-second video, whatever the case may be, and wait to see if you pass that stage. I'm like, this is still not free of charge service. They pay money apply now. Why? Come on, let me try it out. And I took my phone. Hey guys, my name is Samuel Jacob Alifa, blah 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 blah. This, and I want to pay what? And the house. And that was it. And I sent the video. I know a lot of you are of the opinion that people pay to get on the show. Let me say it clearly, publicly, that people, I don't think the show is basically on what you can offer, what you can do, and what the organizers see they can get from the show. For me, I didn't pay anybody, honestly. So you guys stop coming to my DM to ask, Sammy, how can I do this? Blah, 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 blah. I have money, blah, 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 blah. No, I didn't pay a dime to get on that show. It was from one stage to the other, and I am about to narrate it for you guys to follow up on. So keep your fingers crossed and follow through with this gist. My Big Brother journey is quite eventful. I won't lie to you guys. It's one journey and experience that you will listen to again and again and either be pissed, inspired, or entertained. Yes, that's the word. For a very regular boy, if they had told me, Sammy, in like 2 years' time, you'll be on the Big Brother show, I'll tell you it's a big lie. What's it concern with Big Brother show? I am a big fan. Back then, I'll go to my friend's house and watch the show and, go back to my house and sleep. That was the P at that time. But I had applied for the show already and I was minding my business as usual in Zaria, not taking concern with anybody, living my best life and happy. And I got an email. I checked the email. It was, congratulations, Samuel Jacob, blah, 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 blah. You just passed through the first stage. I said, these people won't scam me. They don't start their drama. Nigerian people, they're old boys. Now don't start. Get it behind me. For some reason, I told myself, you know what, Sammy, respond, let's see how it goes. It won't even, if it's scam, you get money. No. Nobody go collect. You don't have anything that they will take from you. So just flow with the conversation. So I responded to the email and it was what's the word for it now? It was that moment that that moment was me just doing whatever it is that came to my mind, which was what? Respond to the email. I did that. A week later, they replied me, sent me another link to fill up my datas, which is what I do, what I like, my hobbies, blah, 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 blah. I'm already a storyteller. I like to sit down and narrate my gist on paper. Don't forget, I was not close to my dad. I could not beat my dad. Respect sake, moral, norm, and all of that. It will provoke me, and the highest I can do is what? Shut up and just listen. If I respond back, they will call me what? A prodigal son. If I don't respond, they will call me nothing. So the only option I had was to keep quiet and listen to my dad and go back to my room, take my notebook and beat him on that notebook, which is what? Beat him, punch him, slap him on that notebook, then come out and eat his food. Come out and stay under the house that he's paying for. Come out and use his lights. All of these basic amenities were provided by my dad, and I experienced that for at least over 25 years before I left the house. That gave me leverage over writing. Uploading my data for the audition was one of the most sweetest process of my life because I gave them proper story. I am a boy that used to live in Zaria, up north. I used to go to so blah blah blah. There was a proper, detailed conversation. So if you like to read and you read that whatever it's called, you would want to see me. You would want to talk to me physically. And also I got through that stage because it was a quite interesting story to read through. Stage 3 was the Zoom meeting that I explained on all of the episode. It's called Fame or Fade. Life after BBN. I had to do Princess. So I explained this Zoom meeting situation on that episode. If you don't know what's up with my Zoom meeting, go to the episode. But I'll give you guys a few background story to the Zoom meeting. It was Zoom meeting. I've not used Zoom in my life before. What is Zoom? I know about Zoom meeting, but what's it concern with Zoom meeting? I was totally dependent on my dad. So I downloaded the app. It was time for me to prepare. I did all my preparation and it was my date for the audition, my first audition as well. Looking all good with my white t-shirt and short knicker, I'm seated in my friend's hostel waiting for the the person auditioning me to come on the show. I sat down there, waited for him. He came through, he spoke to me. I had audio issues. It was so nice, and he said, you know what, I'll reschedule your audition and make sure you fix your audio issue at that time. I told him, thank you, sir. God bless you. I was so happy because I felt that God had my back until the second reschedule. On that fateful day, I came all prepared. I stopped calling normal call, honestly, guys. I called my friends on Zoom rather. Alpha, Ekata. Hope you are doing well. You get me? So that was the vibe until that specific date. I got to the house, sat down, was waiting for the auditionist to come on set and let's have a conversation. Fully ready. I was tensed because it was my first audition, guys. I didn't know what to expect. And I don't think I had met anybody that had gone on Big Brother Naija at that time. The person that I knew was went on the show at that time was who? Sadi. And it's not like we're so close at that time. You get me? He was out there doing his thing, trying to figure out his life and all of that at that time. So I waited for this man to come on the show and he came. Same person, a shout out to you, Mr. K. He was the one that auditioned me and it was a good experience with Mr. K. He asked me a few questions. I spoke to him. He saw so much light in me. No, I jumped to the third audition. I jumped to the actual audition day because the second meeting did not even hold because of the same audio issue. Yes, guys, I skipped the gist and had to come back for you guys to follow the story properly. So, guys, I was fully prepared for the second audition, and I don't think I've ever been prepared for anything like that before in my entire life. Fully ready, sitting down, waiting for my auditionist to come live on Zoom. Lo and behold, it was time, and he was there with me, Mr. Kayode. I greet you, sir, boss. My hands are up for you, sir. And it's like, hey, Sammy, how are you? I could hear him, but he can't hear me. What did they happen, Sammy? Is it village people or what? It can't be village people. It has to be what? And the issue had to come from me. I tried my best, but all I could do was hear Mr. Kayode, but he couldn't hear me. I tried. Same issue from the first audition, Zoom audition. The man got pissed. At the end of my time was when this mic came on. It has to be village people. It has to be what? Village people. And he told me, Sammy, your time is over, for real. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot audition me for 2 minutes. And I'm like, sir, you can just use the 2 minutes. I don't know. Just find a way to make it work for me, sir. And the man told me, try again next year. I said, try what next year, sir? Me that I've seen myself as a success. Me that I'm already a successful person already. What do you mean try again next year, sir? The man said, try again next year. And he bounced the call on me. I don't think I've been heartbroken before. But that particular experience was one that broke my heart. I'm not that person that will tear up for situations. I'm not that person that likes to show emotions. I like to just, put my head up and just go through whatever it is that comes my way and make sure I win. Make sure I conquer. Trusting God with all of my heart. My friends were expecting to say the audition was good, blah, blah, blah. And I told them the bad news. I'm Kion Solex. I had the same audio issue. I'm not sure if it's my phone or what's wrong, but it didn't work out. They told me to try again next year. And Kion was surprised. Next year, I told him yes, next year. And that was how I left for school. I told God, if it's your will, let this not pass through me. I want to walk through this and experience this lifestyle. Almost 24 hours of me trusting God for a miracle. They don't tell me to make I try next year. Next year is what? A new year. I should be done with school at that time. NYSC as a regular Nigeria. The usual, still myself, but this time a graduate. I've joined the population that are either looking for a job or trying to survive. I kept on praying to God and trusting God that you're not going to shame me. And lo and behold, God no shame me. Ajay, God no shame me. I was just in school that afternoon and I got a final email, final reschedule. There was not too much planning. I had 2 phones on standby. In case one phone didn't work, I'll have the other phone on, just to, and be able to have that Zoom meeting. And that was how we had a successful Zoom meeting. They asked me to bring 2 very important and personal things that I won't talk about for the audition. And if you ever want to apply for Big Brother Naija, try to be human. Try to be yourself. Try to be, if your name is Mercy, for example, try to be messy. They asked me to bring 2 personal stuff, properties or equipment or materials that are very, very personal to me. And I brought first the notebook that I used to beat my dad in, and the first ever equipment for video making that I ever got, my boom mic. I think it was about 12,000 at that time. I'd saved my my monthly allowance back to back for like over a year to be able to buy that mic. So I brought that mic and they asked me what's the why do I have the mic? Why is it very close, personal to me? And I told them this is the first mic I ever bought for my career, filmmaking and blah blah blah. And the man was like, "Oh, really impressive? How much was it?" I told him it was 12,400 at that time. And I had to save the money for over a year to be able to buy this. And it's like, oh, amazing. The next one, what's up with the next one? And that was where the man started laughing. I told him this book is my Sambisa. This book is my battleground. In this book, I fight my battles. How? I told him I'm not so close to my dad, and I know he loves me. I know he's my hero, because I don't think I woke up a day and I'm hungry ever. There was always food in the house. So he was a father indeed, but I was not close to him. And every time we're having our issues, I come to this book to beat him up. I cannot beat him physically, but on this book, there's no rule. There's no morality. On this book, we can be whatever it is we want to be. And I chose to be an opponent to my dad. And the man was like, "Are you that pissed?" And I'm like, the man has put me through a lot. And the man laughed through the whole conversation and told me, "Sammy, don't worry. We'll get back to you. Let's see. If you don't get any call or whatever the case may be, all the best to you. All the best to you. Try again next year." And I told him, "No, wala. Thank you, sir." And I left and I continued my life. But this is what I did differently. I didn't just continue my life. I continued my life with what? Prayer and trusting God. I may look like a bad boy right now, yeah? I carry a cup. I may look like a bad boy, but honestly, guys, I always carry God first. I always try to put God over everything. Imagine, we have over 400,000 people applying for the show every year. They pick barely less than 30 people. All through the show, barely less than 30 people. And you get selected. It cannot be luck. That cannot be luck. It's either you have some sort of grace or you have some sort of power. I don't know, but for me, I had to hold on to the only thing that I had, which was what? God. I wake up every night, 12 midnight, and I pray for at least an hour, talking about only the show. And I was very, very direct with what I needed. I kept on saying I have nobody that will help me. I kept on saying, if you don't help me, who will help me? I kept on saying, I know they fuck up. I know I be a bad boy. I know sometimes I dey go drink alcohol. I know sometimes I dey even womanize. But God, have mercy on me. Do not let shame nor reproach be my portion. That was like a consistent prayer. I even forgot that I applied for Big Brother Naija. I was focused on my relationship with God. It was that deep, guys. For some weird reason, I will be praying on my own. It's not midnight. I am not in a church, but I am somewhere and I am blasting in tongues. I suppose not on pastor. I was not on pastor. But the journey to the show, to Big Brother Naija, was accompanied with God, honestly. On this very faithful day, I was with my friends off campus. We just finished eating beans. Kion made the beans, I believe. We're just chilling in the room or apartment rather. We were just chilling in the apartment and a call came through. And I picked up and I had, "Hey, good afternoon. My name is Ogar. I'm on to Samuel Jacob Alifa." And I'm like, "Hi, good afternoon. You're on to Samuel Jacob Alifa." She's calling from Big Brother Naija. And I'm like, "Guys, shh, all of you, shut up. You get me?" And she started laughing. I'm like, hi, good afternoon. She's like, good afternoon. Sammy, congratulations. This call is to confirm that you just passed your Zoom phase, and prepare yourself. In 3 days' time, you get an email for you to come to Lagos. So get ready. I was excited, but at the same time, not excited. Guys, I was a broke man at that time. I don't get money. 3 days to plan a Lagos trip. How? The same Sammy that had an audition before Big Brother Naija in Lagos. It was a star something situation vibes. I needed money. Just, I think at about 20,000 naira. The plan was to use the bus. 10k to go, 10k to come. Or rather, I think at that time, you could go to Lagos on around 8k, 7k. So I needed 20k, and I could not make it for the audition because I didn't get 1,000 naira. It got to a time that I wrote to my church people. I was so broke, I had an audition, I needed money. I am not somebody that talks, but I needed help. So I went out of my way to type 20 letters asking for help from my church people at that time. I don't call the church name, but since that day, I know they send the church people anymore. I wrote 20 letters saying, hi, good afternoon, my name is this. Told them who I was, and they knew me. And that I needed, I think, 2,000 naira from each of them to make up my transfer money to Lagos because I had an audition. If they can help me, I'll be very grateful. And I went to church that Sunday. I shared the letter to a few people, all of them in church, and waited. After church, I know they wait till that day. I sit down. I don't come beg for money now. Why I want rush go house? I sit down for church, and everybody came and said hi to me, and they give me a fucking dime. 1 naira. 1 shekel. 150. I no get. I was surprised that day. I'm like, even if my village people, they cost me 1 naira. Some of them were professors, some were doctors, others were lecturer. Those are the people I gave this letter to, and I didn't get a dime. I was confused on how to go to Lagos. 2 days down the lane, I was clueless. How do I go to Lagos? And then I called a friend. How far, my bro? What's going on now? Are you in Zaria? He said, yes, but he's traveling to Lagos tomorrow. He still has got the work, Abi. He was going to drive to Lagos the next day. And I told him, how far now? Can I join you? He's like, he has passengers, so unless I want to pay. And I told him, yes, I will pay. Let us go to what? Lagos. I didn't have a dime. Do not forget, guys. I did not have a dime. So now they are calling me for what? A physical audition. I had passed through the what? The Zoom audition, the 3rd stage. I'm trying to what? Head for my what? 4th stage, guys. I told him, you know what I was going to pay. I asked how much. He told me 14,000 naira. So buy fuel on the road. He's taking money from all the passengers as well. I told him, no problem. The good thing with this was that the driver was my friend. So I didn't have to pay first. In my head, God will make a way. God will what? Make a way. I got my bag. I was ready. He drove down to mine that next morning, and I hopped in his car. It was a red Solara. I didn't forget. And it was what? Lagos way. We stopped at the barrack in Zaria to pick up some people. They were all soldiers. And we drove off for Lagos. The journey was long. I love road trips. It's just so unfortunate that Nigerian road, there is a mess. Let me take us back a bit. Before I left for Lagos, I remember back then, I saw it. There was a trend that was speculating that I was a liar. The part that said my mom gave me her last 900 naira to travel for the show. I remember that particular phrase very, very well. Before I left for Lagos, I spoke to my mom. How far I'm going to Lagos? So she's like, how are you going to Lagos? I know you don't have money. And I told my mom, a friend of mine has come to pick me. Before I go to Lagos, I'll figure it out. But honestly, I did not have money. She took her bag, opened up the bag. It had 100 naira, 200 naira, 50 naira. She took the whole money out, counted it. It was about 920 naira or so. And she gave it to me and told me, God bless you. But she just did vex, say I leave school. A whole Ahmadu Bello University. A whole Ahmadu Bello University. I left school and I'm going for what? A very stupid show. What is Big Brother Naija? The man, the vex. Mom C has given me her support and off I left. Guys, there's no point lying with where I came from, man. I used to be broke, but now, trust me, I got some dough. Life has been good. God has blessed me. And it's been from grace to grace. And I've tried that. And my prayer every day is for God to sustain or evolve whatever it is I have right now, to be able to provide for my father, my mom, and my siblings. We left for Lagos. It was a sweet, beautiful journey. With that 900 naira I got based on the road, I got some very nice stuff that I used to hold my stomach down, because as a foodie that I am, I cannot be living life on an empty stomach. Yes. We got to Lagos and my accommodation was on the mainland. I figured it out. A friend helped me, and I was there until my audition date. It was the D-Day, and I moved straight to the island. I was supposed to stop at Eco Hotel. When I got to Eco Hotel, I made my call, and they came to pick me up. As soon as they got there, I saw two people. They were all mighty people. When I say all mighty people, they had muscle. At that time, I was very lanky. I had no chest, no packs. I was just a slim, black boy. That was who I was. These guys told me, "Hi, Samuel Jacob. Welcome to Lagos. Do you mind if we blindfold? You?" I'm like, Kilo Shella, which one is blindfold now? And I won't kidnap me. What's the problem? I eventually indulged, and I was blindfolded. I was forced into the car, and they drove off with me. Took me to location, unknown location by the way. I came down, gave me a seat, still blindfolded, and I waited there until it was my time. In that waiting space, guess what I was doing, guys? You know, get how I know go enter that show? I was blasting in tongues. Pastor Sammy. You know, get how I know go enter that show? I sat down there for let's say 20-30 minutes, and they told me, "Sammy, in 10 minutes you'll be in." And I said, "Excuse me, can I use the restroom?" I went to the restroom and I played. Back then, my major spiritual supporter was Koinonia. The pastor in charge then, still till this date, is Apostle Joshua Selma. Till tomorrow, I am a Koinonia boy. Everything that I know spiritually started from where that church. That my church where I asked them for 2,000, I already know give me. They know. Let me lock up. The church they try, but the church that blessed me spiritually was Koinonia, and I was able to tap into mysteries from that organization and applied it in my life, and it worked. After that prayer in the bathroom, they called me in for my audition, and I stepped in. It was my first physical audition, guys. When I entered the place, the first thing I saw was good-looking people. I'm like, these people are. When you see them, you know they have money. If you see me, you will know that I will have money, but at that time, you go show you say they broke. At that time, I was looking good, but my skin was not as good as this right now. Yes, I have a nice skin. Yes. At that time, I was not such an eloquent person. My DOP is laughing. I have a nice skin. Yeah. So I stepped into the audition room, and it was success already for me, because I saw the people auditioning me, and I saw myself through them. When I walked in, there were about 8 people, and I stood on the marked spot for Sammy. There was a camera behind them, and they're like, "Hey, welcome to your audition process. How are you?" And I'm like, I said stammerer, proper stammerer at that time, guys. And I'm like, I'm very fine. Hope everything is all right. They're like, "Everything's all good. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the audition," rather. And I'm like, "Thank you very much." And then they asked me a few questions. My brother, my sister. Throughout the audition, everybody kept laughing. I was not sure why, but as soon as I started, they were so interested in my father gist. Those people were so interested in Sammy's dad experience, that they were all laughing. I feel like everybody at some point in their life had a father sort of situation before they worked it out. Yes, they all related to my story, and it was funny. One of the people auditioning me stood up and laughed. She was a lady, very pretty lady, by the way. She stood up and she laughed. My audition was over and I was scared. No be comedy audition. No be flatmate audition. Na Big Boy Naija, and everybody's laughing. "Sammy, how do you want to get on this show?" You didn't even show them whether you have sense or not. What is the plan? I didn't want to go home because Imagine the stress I went through to get to Lagos, following my friend. So I'll go back to the north, up north, and come back to Lagos again. No, faith was working. Man, it's not good to have faith. It's not easy to have faith, rather. Man, it is not easy to have faith, guys. I won't even lie to you. Faith is like holding on to the air. Literally, it's an empty air, but in your head, you're holding on to what? Thousands of what? Dollars. For example, my hand is empty right now, yeah? Correct. But in my head, I can see $500,000 cash. Bundle of it. That's what faith is. You can call me stupid, you can call me foolish, but it worked for me. I believed that this journey that I've started, I will get to the end. Nothing will change her. Honestly. And that's why I sat down there. I finished my audition, went back to the house I was staying in. I was staying at Philip's brother's house. Shout out to you, Philip. Shout out to you also as well, Mr. Francis. Thank you for hosting me at that time. It was good. Your wife can cook, sir. Annie, a brother Desmond, shout out to you guys as well. I believe both of you are all big already. So they were the one housing me. As I was having faith, they didn't even know it was Big Brother that brought me to Ibadan. Because I had done my audition in Lagos. I had nobody in Lagos, so I came back to Ibadan where Philip brother and he were living with the family at that time. First week, I no receive call. Second week, I no receive call. I started feeling like a liability because I'm living with people. I'm not washing plates. I'm not cutting grass. And nobody is stressing me not to put my leg on top of the chair. Even in my own house, I was not entitled to stuff. Talk more of what? Somebody else's house. So my dad was not there, but I was sort of missing my dad. It's drama. Because I felt like, this is not my house. I was just there doing nothing. And they didn't want to call me. So I called that Oga girl. She didn't pick up my call. The one that called me to come to Lagos from the Big Brother. I called her. She didn't pick up. And I texted her, good evening, I don't mean to intrude. I know you've been very busy with your work and all of that, but I am not a Lagosian and I've been here since the audition. I want to know if there's a chance I'll get on the show or I should go back. Or when do I expect a call? Or whenever, well, just help me out. And she texted her back and said, honestly, there's nothing she can say. I should just hold on and trust God. But I can go back, honestly. When she told me I can go back, I almost gave up. Because how will you tell me I can go back when I just told you that I don't have money to be traveling back and forth? And then she told me I could what? Go back. A few days down the lane, like 2 days down the lane, I got an email. It was exciting because I gave up. It took them about 3 weeks to call me. So this is 3 weeks of me eating Mommy Desmond's food. This is 3 weeks of me following them to go and drink palm wine and bushmeat. This is 3 weeks of an extra mouth to the family. It was 3 weeks of good vibes and entertainment. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I know I've not reached out in a while. You guys will hear from me very, very soon. I've just been trying to figure out my life. Life after Big Brother and Naija no be easy matter. Either you give up or you fight through it, and honestly, I am on the battlefield. When I fully conquer this battle, people will see me outside your house with what? With my Lamborghini. You guys see me outside the house with my Lamborghini. 3 weeks down the lane, I got an email saying I had gone through that phase. And it was time for what? Medicals. It was my first time doing medicals as well. I said the normal checkups. I was excited. I didn't have to go back to Zaria before the medicals. All these process stages I've mentioned are still stages that you can be what? Evicted. You can be dropped out from. They called me for medicals and I traveled from Ibadan. I was living in Apata at that time back in Ibadan. I traveled from Ibadan all the way towards Lagos. So I was living at Apata back then. They sell beer. All this sachet alcohol everywhere for Ibadan. For front of house, so front of cemetery, front of nightclub, they are selling what? Alcohol. The sachet, Jack Daniels and all of that. But I think it's a thing over there. Everybody drinks, yeah? Drunkards. No judge. It's a safe space. So I went to Lagos for my medicals and psychological tests. And then they told me to lie down. They had some stuff on my body. They checked my heart rate, checked my blood pressure, checked if I was mad or not. They ran different tests on me and asked me to go for my psychological test. And then I walked in. It was this very pretty woman. I don't know, psychologists are so fine. That's why I studied psychology and counseling. So if you have any personal social issues, emotional dramatic, no, not spiritual. Let's cancel spiritual. Anything outside for spiritual issue, I got you covered, and you can talk to Big Sam because there's always solution. Honestly, there's always solution. I was done with medicals, and it was time for me to go back to what? Zaria. I wanted to use faith and stay in Lagos, but I say no. Don't be so fit to work. You've done this part. Go back home and what? Rejuvenate. Go back home and what? Eat food. Go back home and what? Rest. And I flew back. Not flew. Huh? I'm so used to flying now. God is good though. And I bust back to what? Zaria. Sat down in Zaria for like a few weeks, and I was in school when I got the mail. The mail that changed everything, but still did not change anything because I could still be evicted. Minding my business in school, the mail came in and it was, congratulations, Sammy. It was, congratulations, Samuel Jacob. You are on the final stage of this journey. Blah, 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 blah. In 3 days time, you'll be sure what your fate is with this journey. You'll get an email telling you where to come to in Lagos, blah, 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 blah. Everything is in 3 days time. Not jazz, not resurrection. In 3 days time, I was confused. Come to Lagos again. This guy was not in town. The guy that took me to Lagos the first time, I paid after service. Usually they pay before service. Now after service, 2 days after, now I paid that money. And I paid it at 5K alpha, bro. Bro to bro. Show get me now. Farabale. I will come true. That was the update at that time, guys. Now he's not in town. I won't go tell Agbero boy, I be conductor bro to bro. Is that the plan, Sammy? Talk to me because I don't understand, Sammy. Talk to me. I was confused and then I spoke to my friends. Kion, Alpha Kion. Well, while I do, the same can come back on Lagos, so I did go what? Lock down. No, if the email that will confirm lockdown is coming in 3 days. This one is to tell me to prepare. They even sent me what to buy. But on that email, it said I could still be evicted. So whatever shopping I do is on my own risk. Can you imagine the audacity? Multi-choice. I started looking for money. I was supposed to make cultural outfits, suits for the first time, a proper suit for the first time. Everything I was in was like the first time. So I started hustling money. My friend was going to sell his speakers. He was a DJ. I told him, no, bro, if you sell a speaker, how you want to survive? This is not your handwork. No worry, God will make way. If you want to make you selling laptop, I say, no, bro, we did final year. If you sell them, which laptop do you want you to do project? I didn't have any at that time. Everybody was up and working, trying to figure out how to get what? Money. All effort was to no avail, guys. As we're trying, I am giving up. I'm like, God, you will not put me in a place where I cannot breathe now. You not go give me matter I know if you carry for head now, Papa God. Handle this matter. As with the hustle person we go help us. With lies, without lies, all was not working. Imagine say you talk true, you no work. You lie, you no work. There was no money in town. And then we called a friend. Nice person. We don't talk always, but we are familiar with each other. Oche. We spoke to Oche. Oche was like, who's the guy going on the show? And they said it was me. He now called me, video call. Oh, I sabi this guy now. This. I say, my brother, how fun now? The guy say, he did all right. My guy, congratulations. Oh. I say, thank you, my brother. Which you need? That's what this nigga asked me. I sent him the list. He said, all right, now make I call my tailor. No. We'll buy material. You go to your measurement now. Start the shop. You get me? You paid for my suit instantly. It was like 60K. The guy sent the money. The next stuff was like 40K. He paid the money. I say, we no get account. My account is dormant. I don't get money. Before in like 30 minutes, 180K don't pour. Outfits, blah, 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 blah. He now sent me, I think, some money to go and do some shopping from what? KD. On that email that they sent to me, I don't confirm I was on the show. So this person now, I don't use mouth tell them say I go enter the show when I never enter the show. All this money they don't spend on top of my head was basically me in the Big Brother house. Already confirmed. That was why he had the balls to send me those money and to invest those money on top of my head. I was working on faith. I was holding on to faith. So if God ashamed me, what would I have done? A bill of over 300K. Now my father won't pay. My old man. Just the same man that told me when I was making movie, he said, all these cameras are carrying up and down. If it causes you problem, if it causes you problem, and you go to jail, you will not see me there. The same man that told me that, is he the one that will bail me from this situation, the 300k situation? No, guys. It might probably come true, but it will come true hating me because I'm his only son. After he pays the money, he will talk to me for like 3 months. If he see me, he would vex. That would have been the situation. It would have been very bad for me and everybody in the house. We did that spending, and it was time for me to go to Lagos, and they booked my flight. The first almighty flight for Big Sammy. The first time I flew in a what? Helicopter. I'm just joking. On a plane, guys. The first time I flew on a plane, it was not such an experience because mentally I'd been flying. So I just stepped in. I've been here before in my head. I've been here before in my dreams. So it's not me smiling at the flight attendant or the people that are in business class. I was in economy, but in my head, nah lie. There was enough space. There was enough leg space. I was so balanced. You get me? I intentionally did not take a picture because you don't be flying. We don't fly we never fly physically, but mentally we are done all of this. And that's why you need to create a life that you want in your head, no matter the level you are in, no matter what you're going through. Right now, I sound like everything is perfect for me, but honestly, it's not. I promise you, nothing is perfect for me right now. I am working so hard to achieve a goal, to be able to actualize a life, one that I want. Everybody's on a journey right now, yeah. It's hard for you today, it's rosy for you tomorrow. The way you manage it and navigate through it is what makes you the man that you are. She'll get me now. So no fall. Make you know, don't give up. Don't give up. I came into Lagos. I flew into Lagos, landed, went to my friend's place in Ikeja. Yeah, same Philip. He had gotten a job in Lagos at that time. The guy that I stayed with, his brother in Ibadan. He was working in Lagos. So I think everything was working out for my good. As soon as I entered Lagos, I called him, "Alpha, bro, I don't do Lagos, so, but I get issue accommodation." The guy was like, when is the situation? I told him the next day. He said, okay, he's going to get me an hotel. Philip got me an hotel for like 10,000 plus at that time. The prices are quite low, but it was not a bad place. I was in Oshodi for the first time, the popular Oshodi. It was late hours and I just saw boys. I'm like, yeah, they be now, waiting there for boys now. I'm like, yeah, this is your bag, eh? Everything was about me. Yeah, this is your shoe, eh? Yeah, this is your height. Wait till they saw. The next thing I heard from a stranger, this brother, I've been an angel. Now, the person just told me, walked past me and said, if you know what's good for you, run for your life. I said, what do you mean by run for your life? I looked right, I looked left. I didn't know what to do. And then somebody came with Okada. You want to go? I said, yes. Where did they go? I called the hotel in. And when I climbed, this was not a normal bike. You know all these bikes that are like this? That was the bike the nigga came with. And I climbed. As we were moving, I realized that he had one eyes. So now I agree, boy. Not out. Yeah, your money not like 200 naira. Oh, this. As he's talking to me, I was scared, honestly. And then I picked my phone and did. It was a big lie. But I picked my phone and did. Hello, Captain. Yeah, I'm in Lagos. I made sure the guy heard me. Oh, yeah, I left okay. I left the rifles in the cupboard. Oh, okay, that's fine. That was how I pretended like I was a soldier. I spoke about rifles, spoke about commandant, blah blah. Made the guy know say if you do anything, if you kill him, what did they stop? What is you do show the guy waiting here? I be military person now. Don't play with me, big fucking sound. You get what I'm saying now, guys? And that was how this guy took me because I didn't know where I was going to. I guys, they on guard. Maybe they don't go slap me for street. Maybe they go show tomorrow. My face and my selling points. You guys get what I said now. So I have to be smart out there, man. Especially to them ladies. If you feel unsafe, make a fake call. Talk about the fact that you're in a red car. The driver, is not such a fine man, though. You get beer, but I will send you his picture. It's on the app. You're not talking to anybody. But make whoever that is carrying you feel like you are important. Yes, if you want to kidnap him, make him know say in matter the outside as well. He should be scared as well of you. You guys feel me now? That was how the Okada guy took me to the hotel and what? I paid and I went to see my friend. It was a good experience. And a few days down the lane, it was time for what? Lockdown, guys. Lockdown was the most sweetest experience in my life. I'd never been in an hotel. I don't waiting won't carry me go hotel. Guys, I said I don't have an account number. The one I had was dormant. If I needed like 2K, 1K, I sent to another person's account or POS. Normal hustle for street, guys. That was the P. They lodged me in a hotel, nice hotel. Had like this pool view from behind. Girls with bikinis will come. I was having a flex. They gave me money as well to just allow it to just hold and just vibe with it. You get me? The first day I had chicken and rice. The second day I had pasta. Like I was also drinking. You know, I was already living the life like a star. But the issue was there was no television, no phone. You're in lockdown. You cannot step out of the hotel. And I was there, very obedient too. I knew that it was after the show that my friends were telling me, they inside the hotel room. Oh my, just a chill. I didn't even bring girls come. I say, I don't want to call person them. He know himself. I'm like, you did bring girls? Oh my, obey. There was one time I was so tired that I opened the door and I looked outside my hotel room. Like, Sammy, take this step. You know, you have two spirits, a good spirit, a bad spirit. That's what was going on. I was standing there. The bad spirit said, Chamo, you know this vibe now. Nothing they swap, Sammy. This show, you're already in the inside. Check your neighbor. Her accent, no bad. Na better accent. The other one say, Sammy, this is about to be a life-changing opportunity for you. Do not snooze on it. Obey them. Obedience is what? Better than what? Sacrifice. What you want to do now is what? Sacrifice. I told myself, for mama's sake, for baba's sake, for everybody's sake on the streets, I go obey them. I was there on lockdown for like 2 weeks. The first week was lonely, all by myself. But my chaperone was a nice person. He kept on buying me food, sending me stuffs, blah, 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 blah. Then on this fateful day, you know how you believe so much that you make it to the show? There was no doubt because I was already on lockdown. Waiting won't stop me from entering that show. On this fateful day, my chaperone just enter. I say, how far, my brother? He says, Sammy. I say, how far now? Pray for favor. Which can I talk with that one? He says, Sammy, pray for favor. I say, favor? It's even for lockdown. They evict people. They just evict some people now. I said, please excuse me. Since when I come lockdown, I don't pray again. As soon as I got to lockdown, I was not praying as I used to pray anymore. And I told the guy, please excuse me. As soon as the guy went out, I went on my knees. Baba shanu me. God, no shame me. If I don't make it on this show, what will I tell the boy that helped me and buy clothes? If I don't make it on this show, wait I go tell. Wait I wanted my mama. I told my mother everything will be alright. I told my mother that everything will be alright, mama. After this show, I will take care of you. After this show, I will provide money for you. If I don't make it on this show, how am I supposed to walk in the light again, God? Please help me. Women, what those women why they look for a window where they wear bikini and bra? I close window. Spirituality back on check. I closed my window. I said, God, it's me and you on this matter. And I started praying again. And that was how I was praying. The last few days for the audition, they brought a document for me to sign. The contracts. Blah, 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 blah. You are not supposed to talk about Big Brother till after 1 year. It's been 3 years. So, voila. This is exclusive conversation for me and my Big Sam audience. They brought the document I signed, and they left. 3 days to the show, the launch of the show, I was in my room when the barber came to my room and said, hi, I want to cut your hair. As they cut my hair, they run one video call with me. That was when I felt like I'm about to be somebody. I'm about to step into a different life. And like I have said, just the way I said it right now, I am about to step into a different life was what exactly happened. They dressed me up. I wore my kaftan. Yes, now they laugh, say I wear kaftan, go opening. Now they whine me. That was a nice kaftan. It was made by certified tailor. So don't play with me. I had that kaftan on and I got on the show. They lined us up, blindfolded. I could hear Ebuka for the first time talking to the audience. I could hear Ebuka for the first time calling the names in front of me. They called Boma. They called this. They call that. They call J. Paul. When they said J. Paul, I thought it was Jacob, my son name. I'm like, well, I said my name is Sammy on the show, not Jacob. So I knew, so it was not me. J. Paul went and they said, Sammy, it's your turn. Go. Pa. I don't go stand with kaftan. For my head, I don't plan the walk in. Bad boy. Outside, Aboki boy. No follow me play. As soon as they say, Sammy. As soon as they said, from the north. He's a filmmaker, aspiring filmmaker, a student of Ahmadu Bello University, blah, 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 this. And it's when he wants to be called Sammy. When I stepped on that stage, when I stepped on that reality, I confused. I first saw lights, cameras. I lose composure. The whole ideas I had in my head to work with stills and my head up. Everything failed, guys. I was a stammerer, but I walked like a stammerer. My head was down. For some no confidence, I walked straight to Ebuka. And Ebuka said, "Hi, Sammy, welcome on the show." I said, "Hi, Ebuka. Thank you, blah, 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 blah." We shook each other. He spoke about me and he said, "You can go into the show." And that was how I walked into the show and I made it on the Big Brother show. When I say I pay anybody, when I say anybody knock me, when I say anybody bend me, none of that went down. It was a journey between Big Sam and Olodumare, the King of Kings, the beginning and the end. The one that says yes and yes it is, and no devil, no ogbanje, no spirit of the darkness can stop it. It was a beautiful journey to the show, and I must tell you, hold what you know. That is just it, because on this journey, if you notice, I held on to God. God came through. I got distracted by things of the world. Bomb, parties, fornication, catching cruise, things of the world, vanity upon vanity. And life showed me Pepe again. We fall, we wake up, we fall, we stand up. There's one thing that I've always held on to my story, to my journey, even till tomorrow, is that I have a home, which is what? A place where I can always run to talk to God about my problems. No matter how messed up life is for me, no matter how fucked up I have done, no matter how fucked up life is rather. I don't care the amount of sin that I've committed. As long as I don't kill anybody, as long as I don't turn, honestly. So this one I want to cause problem. As long as I don't turn Gabriel. As long as I know there's just no matter the case, guys, I always find my way back to God, and God always accepts me back. It's Big Sam voice, and so far so good. It's been my audition process for the Big Brother Naija show. It was swift, it was interesting, it was with God, and it was with faith. For you to get anything done in this life, in the corporate sector, entertainment sector, whatever the case may be, hold on to what? Eledumare or Allah. Peace out on this episode.